Well, the Kansas City Chiefs look like the Kansas City Chiefs as they absolutely dismantled the Baltimore Ravens 37-20, and it wasn't even that close. In garbage time, Justice Hill ran in a 71-yard touchdown, the longest rushing touchdown of the year, by the way, that made it look way more respectable than it was. So shout out to all the hot takers who were like, Kansas City's offense is dead, they have no creativity, they can't find ways to make it work. Do you not listen to what we say here? Do you not listen to the Straight Facts Only podcast? Like and subscribe. We tell you what happens. We tell you what's important. It's almost as if Xavier Worthy is a big part of the Chiefs' offense. And when he's out for a few games, they're not going to be as explosive. What a crazy concept. So after being clipped on the third play of the season in Brazil by teammate Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy was back in the lineup today. Let's just take a look at the numbers, shall we? Xavier Worthy, 2 rushes for 38 yards. Xavier Worthy, let's see, 5 catches for 83 yards. He had 3 plays of 20 or more yards. It's like when Patrick Mahomes has weapons, he can play offense. His first 4-touchdown game since 2023. He had 4 touchdowns, 270 yards, and no interceptions. This game was never in doubt after the Ravens scored an opening touchdown. Now, granted, the Baltimore Ravens had a bunch of injuries in this game, but this continues a theme here for the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson and company, including playoffs, in the Patrick Mahomes era, are now 1-6 against the Kansas City Chiefs. 1-6. And oh, by the way, that one was a Sunday night game in 2022 where the Chiefs had it wrapped up and their running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, fumbled the ball with under 2 minutes to play, which allowed them to kick a field goal to let them win the game. Otherwise, the Chiefs win that one as well. And Lamar and the Ravens are an offer in the Patrick Mahomes era. Look, the Chiefs are not a perfect team. They are not going to steamroll everybody. But they are still very capable and very dangerous. Again, Mahomes' first 4-touchdown pass game since 2023. And oh, by the way, guess what happens in 2 more days, or 2 more games, rather? They get Rashee Rice back from a 6-game suspension. So now, when you saw what the Chiefs were able to do against the Ravens with just Xavier Worthy back, now incorporate the fact that they're going to have Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and Hollywood Brown at the same time. Do you know how many snaps Patrick Mahomes has played with those 3 wide receivers together available to him in a regular season game? 0. Never happened. Hollywood Brown injured his shoulder in the first preseason game last season and missed almost the entire regular season. Then it was Xavier Worthy as a rookie trying to figure out how to play in the NFL. And then in week 3 of last year, Rashee Rice's knee exploded on an interception against the Chargers when Patrick Mahomes accidentally hit him low. So he's never had his full complement of wide receivers. But after 2 more games, they get all 3 of those guys back. And the Chiefs scored 37 points today. They didn't score more than 30 points in a single regular season game last year. Not one. They get Xavier Worthy back, and it opens up everything. In fact, Xavier, as we said, had 3 plays of at least 20 or more yards. He didn't have a touchdown. The touchdowns went to Isaiah Pacheco, Tyquan Thornton, who's become somewhat of a deep threat for the Kansas City Chiefs, or was until Xavier Worthy came back, and now he has 2 deep threats. He's soon going to have 3. The other touchdowns went to Noah Gray and Juju Smith-Schuster. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. This is the deepest wide receiving core that Patrick Mahomes has ever had his entire time in Kansas City. Look, Tyreek, when he was with Kansas City, special outlier, I get it. But then it was Demarcus Robinson, Byron Pringle, Sammy Watkins, Chris Conley, blah, 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 blah. Hollywood Brown is legit. Juju is still legit. Tyquan Thornton is being developed. You have Xavier Worthy. You have Rashee Rice. I mean, he's got more players at his disposal that he can count on offense than he has in years. And oh, by the way, that revamped offensive line. We saw the Chiefs do this after they got blown out in Super Bowl 55 by Tom Brady and the Patriots 31-9. They had to redo that entire offensive line. The Chiefs' offensive line is working. That kid they got at left tackle, Josh Simmons, stud. The kid they moved inside who was a rookie last year, Kingsley Suamataia, stud. They rushed for over 100 yards, 32 carries, 118 yards. They had balance on offense. That is the one thing that's always been the knock against an Andy Reid offense. Sometimes they forget to run the ball. They did not forget to run the ball today. Xavier Worthy, 2 big plays. Kareem Hunt, 35 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, 34 yards. They found ways to get it done. And if this Chiefs offense finds balance, the Chiefs defense is going to be just fine. That touchdown by Justice Hill came late in the game. A lot of the starters were out. Didn't really matter. The Chiefs are finding their surface. The bigger issue now for Baltimore, they're 1-3, and Lamar Jackson had to leave this game with a hamstring injury. And as we know, hamstring injuries, they tend to linger. So when Cooper Rush came onto the game for the Baltimore Ravens late in the third quarter, it was over. It was done. The bigger issue now is how long will Lamar be out? And the Ravens are 1-3. Despite being completely explosive on offense, they're 1-3. They have given up 133 points on defense through 4 games. That is the most in Baltimore Ravens franchise history. So the Ravens defense that we knew with, Ray Lewis and Terrell Suggs and Ed Reed and all those ballers on defense, that is not this Ravens team. They've got to find a way to figure that out, because you look at the Ravens schedule going forward, they've got some issues. They got to play the Houston Texans next. Now the Texans finally got on the winning side of the equation after starting 0-3. But then they've got the Rams, who took care of the Colts today, first Colts loss of the season. And they've got some other things they've got to figure out. That defense is not sustainable for John Harbaugh and company. But now let's look at the Chiefs' schedule, okay? You look at the Chiefs, they're back to 2-2, and they're in great position. They've taken care. They've had a brutal schedule to start. The Chargers, up until today, didn't lose. The Eagles still haven't lost. The Giants, well, the Giants were the Giants, a sacrificial lamb last week. And then they took care of the Ravens 37-20. They get Jacksonville next week in Jacksonville on Monday Night Football. Jacksonville looked pretty good today against San Francisco. Then they take on the Lions and the Raiders and the Commanders before a November 2nd game with Buffalo. I would lay decent money that we're not going to see the Chiefs lose again until maybe when they go play the Buffalo Bills. And all the hand-wringing and the hot takes about what's wrong with Kansas City, why can't they get it done? When they get their complement of wide receivers back, you're going to see Patrick Mahomes do a lot more games like this. It's not like Patrick Mahomes forgot how to play. He has 252 career touchdowns. 252, okay? Think about that for a while. 252 career touchdowns. Got 4 more today. He knows what he's doing. Andy Reid knows what he's doing. Defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, he knows what he's doing. Chris Jones was a monster today. Inside, they never let Lamar get untracked. They took care of things, came back from his aunt's funeral and showed up just before the game, came out and played well. The Chiefs' defense is okay. 9 points against the Giants, only really 13 points today against the Ravens. That Justice Hill long run was in garbage time, and a lot of the starters weren't there. I hope you clip and save these hot takes about the Chiefs. Their offense can't do anything. Their reign is over. No, it's not. They're going to find a way to get it done. And I guarantee you, come hell or high water, by hook or by crook, you're going to see Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game for an 8th straight season, which would tie the record set by Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Bet on the Chiefs against your own peril. When they get their players back, they'll be as good as anybody in football, and they know how to win more than anybody else in football. The numbers are what the numbers are. 3 straight Super Bowls. 5 Super Bowls in the last 6 years. Think about that for a minute. They've been to 5 Super Bowls out of the last 6. That has never happened before in NFL history. They're the only team that won back-to-back Super Bowls that made it back to a third. And they got punched in the mouth by Philadelphia. But as we talked about on this podcast, the Philadelphia Eagles are having their own issues right now. They've got to find a way, even though they're unbeaten, as we talked about, they've got to find a way to gel a little bit better on offense. Saquon Barkley's plays aren't going to be there. The Chiefs are just where they need to be after a slow start. And bet against them at your own peril. That's straight facts, home.